Hi there, Karen here, and this is going to be my very last Christmas layout. Using this backing paper that I found in my stash, and I'd obviously previously inked through a stencil with some gold ink. I made this nice whirly pattern, so I thought that'd make quite a nice background. And then I had to have another go with my silhouette and try and make a cut file that I could use. So I found this lovely one with all the baubles hanging from the bar across the top. And so I'm just backing that with some papers. It didn't cut out brilliantly. I've had to snip a few bits away from it, and just sort of tidy it up. And I had to kind of free it from the backing paper. But it's come out all right, and it looks okay once it's on the layout. So I'm just doing the usual thing. Well, I'm backing it with some cardstock. I had a bit of trouble finding stuff that would show through those two baubles that just got holes in them. It's quite hard to see through, but I've backed the first one with this dark green paper, and that does show through reasonably well against the white. That may not be awfully clear on screen, but it looks okay. And then I've got this lovely bit of gold glitter card, and I thought, oh, that would look really, really good behind one of the baubles, so I'm using that. So just drawing around and cutting them out as we've seen so many people do, and I've been dying to have a go at doing this. So I did quite enjoy finding papers to back this cut file with, and the gold glitter really shows. So I probably could have backed them all with that, but I just did it on the one. Did them all with different papers, and there we are. They're all done. It shows up a bit better once they're against their backing paper. There we are, against the red. They look quite good. There's some green and there's a bit of turquoise. So I'm just going to stick them onto the backing cardstock in the top left corner. There we are, and that's where I'm going to put my photograph. That's a photograph of myself and my two girls, and we all had handbags for Christmas this year. We all had black handbags from each other this year. So I thought, somebody took a picture of us all standing with our new bags. So I thought that would be quite a nice one to do a layout of. And I'm using this lovely tissue paper with all the little berries and the leaves on to back the photograph with. And I'm just trying to decide on whether to use that green cardstock, because that matches the background of the photo quite well, but I don't use that in the end. So I'm just going to trim down this bit of tissue just to tidy it up, because there's two layers there, and it was a little bit, they stuck to each other not quite evenly, so I had a few bits sticking out. So I'm just trimming that off, tidying it up. And I thought about that green, but then I saw this lovely green with the little trees on, so I thought, well, I'd rather use that because that was more Christmassy, similar colour, but more of a Christmassy paper to go to back the photo with. So not that you can see an awful lot, you can just about see little trees poking out at the side once it's all stuck on. There we are, I can just see them sticking out at the, just have it slightly off to the right, and then I'm going to use this red striped paper for off to the slightly offset to the left. There we are. Just going to just back the photograph there with that one on the left hand side. There we are. So yeah, I'm still doing battle a bit with my silhouette. It's still not working as well as I would have liked. It seems to cut out part of the cut file, but it doesn't cut out the whole thing. So I have to keep snipping. Doesn't matter what I make, I still have to snip it free from the paper card. So I've got to keep working at that. But this one turned out okay. You wouldn't really know to look at it that it hadn't cut terribly well. So it is possible to make it look okay in the end. And I've just a little bit of a multicoloured polka dot paper for the final layer. And then I decided that the two baubles that have got just the spots, because you can't really see much of the colour coming through, I got my gold gel pen and I've just gone around the edge of each of those two. So I've done the one and I'm doing the second one with just doing a gold border, just to lift it a bit from the page, because it was a bit too white. There's a bit too much white and not enough colour showing through. So I've just done those two. The rest of them had enough of the backing paper showing not to need the white to be coloured in. I'm just going to tuck the photo in behind those two baubles there. This little bit of paper I had in my stash, it's like a string of lights, and I liked it. I thought it would make a nice border or something. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to use it for. I cut the two strips, cut it into two strips, and fussy cut roughly around it so that it could be used. And I wasn't sure whether to use one piece, two piece, where to put it, but I just wanted to use it somewhere. So I just tried it in a couple of different places. So I tried that first of all to have the two of them together. I think I have a go at putting them at the bottom as well, but they don't really work there. I'm just trying to decide how much of that I want to use. No, I've decided that one is enough. I'm just going to tuck that one and just sit it under the photo. And now I'm going to start going through my little box of ephemera, picking out pieces that I think will go. I'm just going to do a cluster all down on the left-hand corner, so it makes a diagonal design overall. So that I'm just picking out things that I think might work in that corner there, that will have the right feel or the right colours. It's fairly random, really. I just wanted to pick some out that I thought would work. So they had to be Christmassy rather than wintry, so not snowflakes or anything like that. And the feeling of one of the cards says "Home for the Holidays," because that's where we are. The girls have come home, so I thought that worked quite well. So anything to do with the home. So there's a little die cut house, I think, that I will use, and various holiday at home type die cuts. And there's just a bit of gold glitter washi tape that I've just tucked under the photo there, because the lights, the little bordery thing is not straight. Every now and again some of the backing paper was showing through, so I thought I'd rather have a bit of gold glitter showing through than the red. So I've just popped that there just to give a little background. So where it doesn't quite meet the edge of the photo layout, the backing of the photo, will show gold rather than red, and it just gives another little layer. A lot of it will disappear behind the die cuts, but you still see a little bit off to the left. So now I'm just trying to decide where I want to put them. I've picked out the ones I want to use, at least the die cuts, and then I found this is an old Paige Evans wood cardstock pieces, stickers. And there was a handbag. I vaguely remember there was a handbag on one of them, and I went and found it, and I thought, well, I can use that now because this is about the handbags, and it works quite well. I like that there, because the whole layout is about us getting new handbags for Christmas. So the handbag worked really well. And the other die cuts are just, and there's a few puffy stickers. I managed to find there's one little parcel there. Just all sorts of bits and pieces that I had just lying in my stash or in my die cut box, and keep going back to the puffy stickers, seeing how many of those I can use. I'll put that little one, it's a bird sitting on a branch. I just popped him on the top there because I thought he was cute and I liked it there. No other reason than that. I just wanted to put him in somewhere, and I liked him sitting there on top of the photo. So I'm starting to stick some of these in now. The what's it called? The cardstock handbag. I will come back later and stick it down with some extra glue. But these ones just need a little bit of tape gun to stick down. So I was able to stick most of them down. Anything that was not completely well stuck, I will stick down again off camera. You don't have to watch me keep doing all that. Another little house goes with a little house die cut at the bottom there, and then from the same chipboard sheet, there's a couple of little rose gold, I think you'd call it rose gold flowers. I thought I'd just pop those on there as well, just to finish off that cluster. And one nice little candy cane. And now I'm going to do my title using the Hip Kit Club exclusive alphas that were in the November kit, which is where a lot of the die cuts come from. The papers mostly come from my stash, but a lot of those ephemera pieces come from the kit. And this is just going to be called the Handbag Girls, because that's what we were. And I'm just playing around. I start from the right hand side so that I can get the two words to work together, because they've got such long stems, some of these letters. It's quite sometimes not easy to fit them in. And I do again stick down these letters off camera with a bit of wet glue, because they certainly don't stay with the glue that's on them. So that's just the title there in the gold. So I'm almost done with this layout. I'll just have a final few little pieces to tuck in. There's my little bit of journaling. There's a little journaling sticker. Just says, this Christmas we all got new black handbags. I think that's fairly self-evident. And just finding the last few little bits to tuck in. I keep trying to get that flare badge to work, but it's just a bit bulky. There isn't really a little hole to tuck it into, and although I keep trying, it doesn't make it on the layout. So a couple of stickers here. Just going to put a couple of, so that says Dear Santa and Merry and Bright, just to kind of fill in that little gap. There's just a few little gaps here and there that I just try to fill in. I don't fuss about with it too much at the end. This is quite a quick layout for me. I can't say it was one of my favourites. I wasn't so sure how happy I was with it at the end. It's okay. It's not my favourite. But it was quite fun to do, and I was quite glad to have a go doing this. Doing the cut file. I was quite pleased with the cut file, how it turned out. So now the final things, I thought it felt a bit empty around the edges. I got my white gel pen. Well, it's not a gel pen. It's called, if I can find the name of it, I think it's a Sigmo pen. Can't read it. I think that's what it is, a Sigmo Uniball. It worked out quite well. So thank you very much for joining me, and please like and subscribe, and join me again soon when I'll be doing something non-Christmassy in my next layout. Goodbye.